What's up, family? Come on, get fired up. Come on, get fired up from the inside out. Yes, welcome to another episode of Ftio. Your boy is pumped right now, y'all. I'm in stride, right? I'm just out here moving. I'm grooving. Oh, feel that right there. So listen, we are on episode number 12. Yes, episode number 12. 1, 2, right? And your boy is just feeling it right now. I'm pumped. I'm always pumped. I'm excited. I got this new energy, this new fire. Why? Because I get to, and I don't got to, right? I get to make another video to share what's on my heart. I get to just share more of who I am. I get to go out into the world and just be me. And I'm praying that you can just be you. Now listen, last week we talked about it all adding up. We talked about it all adds up, compound value, right? All the small steps lead to great distances, right? Small steps lead to great distances. Now we also talked about, and it can go one way or the other, right? The small steps I make in an unhealthy direction will make me unhealthy. The small steps that I take in a healthy direction will make me more healthy. So the reality is this. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to look at the data. I need you to look at the data, look at the numbers, because here's my message for you today, y'all. Numbers don't lie. I'm gonna say that one more time. Numbers don't lie. For example, you've been working out since January 1st, 2018. I want to look at the results. I want to see what the numbers look like. I want to know, have you reached your goals in terms of maybe weight loss, in terms of measurements, right? In terms of strength? Let me see, what do the numbers look like? If you've been telling me, oh, I've been at the gym since January, I got all these gains. All right, let me see the gains. Let me see the numbers, right? Is it in the weight that you lost? Is it in the weight that you can put on that barbell, right? Is it the measurements of your clothes? Are your clothes, super baggy on you? Show me the numbers, right? Can you run a mile faster? Can you, last longer? What is it, right? Everyone's going to have different goals, but we have to be real with ourselves. We got to be real with ourselves and look at the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. Now, if you are in stride and you're doing really well, right, take a look. Like, for example, let's just say you lost 10 pounds in a month, right? Well, take a look. How many times did you go to the gym in the month? Let's say you went 4 times a week. And 4 times a week, look at that and say, how long, did I go each time? Did I go 45 minutes? Did I go an hour? Right? And look at those numbers. Were you consistent with those numbers? Right? And now you can look at the bigger picture when you zoom out, and you can ask yourself, all right, where can I put in a little bit more? Can I add another day? Or maybe can I add another 10 or 15 minutes, to the gym? How can you make adjustments, right? So if you want to continue to keep going in terms of maybe weight loss or whatever it might be for you, right? What adjustments can I make? But we got to be real with ourselves. We might be telling ourselves, man, we feel good. We in the gym. We out there, every day. I see everyone posting selfies and videos. I'm not knocking. I'll do it too. But all I'm saying is, like, what are the results, right? The only way we measure results are through the numbers, through the data, y'all. And the data don't lie. Now, I'm happy for you if you're going to the gym, feeling real good about yourself because you're moving, and yeah, you're doing you're doing more than what people are doing on the couch at home. But what I am saying is we have to look at the numbers. We got to do that reality check, and we got to analyze it. We don't got to be like pros at it, right? I'm not asking you to nerd out on every analytic piece, but what I am saying is that if we don't look at the numbers and we don't figure out what adjustments we need to make, then how can we ever get better? Right? And this doesn't just go for like your health and going to the gym and exercise. This has to do with every aspect of your life. Think about this for a second, right? Look at your relationships at home, your relationships with your friends, your relationships with your loved ones, your relationship with your kids, right? How much time are you spending with them? Right? Look at the numbers. Am I spending enough time with my kids? Am I spending enough time with my significant other? Am I spending enough time with my friends to maintain those healthy relationships? Right? Because I see it all the time. People are disconnected at home. They're disconnected with their kids. They're disconnected with their loved ones. And I'm like, well, are you spending quality time with them? I'm not talking about just time where you're like crossing paths or you're in the same room or in the same house. I'm talking about quality time where you're breaking bread at dinner. Maybe you're on the couch watching a movie together. Maybe you're out there just checking in, seeing how your day is. Like this morning, it was awesome because, I know my daughter, she's grinding right now. She's putting in that work at the college, right? And she's having these long days, right? She's going 12-hour days right now. So I came home from the gym this morning, and yesterday I had made her a salad for her lunch. And I was like, you know what? Let me make that for her. So when she came down, the food was already made. And she didn't have to stress off of that. So those couple extra minutes that she would have used to make her lunch, guess what? I got to just sit down and talk with her. I got to ask her how her night was and, what's new or what has she been learning? How's her, what's going on in her life, right? We were able to spend those almost 7 minutes, right? 5 to 7 minutes, not worrying about my lunch or, her lunch or packing food to go. Right? So what kind of quality time are you spending with those you love the most or the people most important to you? Right? Another example, your finances. Come on, y'all. Be honest. Look at your bank account. Right? Look at your bank account. Look at your credit card statements. Right? Look at the numbers. The numbers, it's right there. Right? So it doesn't matter what kind of income you have, whether you have a fixed income, whether you get paid off commission, or whether you get paid off, going to work and showing up, whatever that might be. You got to look at the numbers and ask yourself, where can I do more? How can I better myself to get further along, right? So for example, for me, some of the work that I do, I'm self-employed. So I got to go out there and I got to meet people. I got to get clients, so that I can get booked to speak at a retreat or speak at a conference, whatever that might be. So I'll look at the number of gigs I had in a month and I'll ask myself, how many calls did I make or how many emails or how many, people did I meet so that this was able to happen? And then I got to evaluate the numbers. Can I do more? If so, how? If so, where? And I think about that, for a second. So wherever you are in your finances, look at the numbers. Are you producing enough, right? We said busy is not the same as productive. Are you being busy or are you being productive, right? Because if you're being productive, then you're producing something. And when you produce something, then it increases those numbers. So all I'm saying, y'all, is wherever you are in your life, in any area of your life, always remember the numbers don't lie, right? I'm speaking to you. I'm telling you this because I love you, because I want the best for you. But sometimes, we get so wrapped up in what we're doing, right? We get so wrapped up in what we're doing. We think everything we're doing is great. We think, we're on the right path. But when we look at the numbers and we look at the data, it doesn't add up. It doesn't connect. It doesn't make sense. Now, before I go, there is one thing I do want to share. The other day, I was working out and I was talking to my coach at the gym. And, we talk about how we hear a lot of people say they don't have time during the day, right? They don't have time. It doesn't mean just for their health, but just in general, we always hear that excuse that people don't have time. So he pulled up his iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, you might already know this, you might not. But he pulled out his iPhone. He actually pulled mine out, and then he asked me to show him my settings. He went to the battery section, right? In the battery section in the iPhone, there's a section there. Let me see if it focuses. Hopefully it'll focus. There it is. So in the battery section, it shows all the different apps and how long you've used it, right? And it shows a percentage there, and it even shows how much you were actually on the app and how much of it was in the background, and it'll break it down. So in the last 7 hours, I was on, Instagram for 24 minutes on screen, 7 minutes in the background, right? And it just does it by percentage. So when I think about that, people come to me like, I don't have time. I'm like, well, let me check your phone, right? If you have iPhone. And I'll show them, the other day I was, with some of the kids in a class that I teach, and, and some of them were on YouTube 40 hours in a week. That's a full-time job. 40 hours a week. It was 7 hours in the last day. And that was just YouTube, and then Snapchat and Instagram. So I'm like, if you're telling me you don't have time, I'm showing you got time right here. So it's not that you don't have time, it's just you don't make time. There's another way to evaluate, right, the data, another way to look at the numbers. So my invitation to y'all is take a look at the numbers, be honest with yourself, make the adjustments, because remember, it all adds up. The numbers don't lie. Now, I'm not saying that the numbers are everything, all right, because they're not, but it is a big part of how we measure the direction we're going. So with that being said, y'all, thank you again for taking the time to check this video out. Please remember, it's not gonna happen, right? And when I say it, like, life is not gonna start shifting, right? Things aren't gonna start getting better until we start to realize with our real eyes, and I'm talking about the eyes of our heart, y'all. We gotta start operating more from here. Like, we gotta do everything with heart. We gotta follow our dreams, follow our heart, right? We still gotta be smart. We still gotta use our reasoning, but we gotta start operating from here more. So with that being said, your boy's out of here. Thank you for taking the time to check this video out. Peace.